Hello folks, Larry here and welcome back to Larry's Fountain Pen Review. I'm Larry Baronis in Fort Worth, Texas, and I'll be your host today reviewing the well-known Chinese-made pen, the Jinhao 750. I'll go over the dimensions and talk to you about the pen, what I like about it and what maybe I don't like about it, but I'll kind of break down the pen to you so you'll be more aware of what's going on with this pen, and it may be of interest to the newbies that are coming into the fountain pen world, or just folks that are on a strict budget looking for a decent writer. Before I get to that, I need to make a shout out to Big Bad Brad. He's with AB Rustic Relics. For the last 2 weeks, we've been trying to do a face-to-face interview, so Mr. Announcer has been setting up the recorder and all this other stuff so we can get it all together. And we tried it the first week, and on our side it looked like it was a go, but then the iPad went dead. Battery dead. Long story short, scrub that one. We tried it again this week. In fact, wasn't it yesterday?
Yes, and it turns out that not all apps do what they say they will.
So that app bottomed out, and we were an hour and 19 minutes. And what we plan on doing, if it's, that lengthy of a video, so people won't get bored or, in a hurry, they want something quick, we were thinking about breaking it down on 2 parts. Part 1, part 2, so that way you can enjoy, relax, and just check out the video to get to know more about Brad and his wife,
Amara,
which they have 2 kids, and where they live. And it's an awesome story. It's an awesome interview. So we're going to try again, God willing, next week. It's a video I hope you will watch. This way you will really get to know the seller, who he is and who she is, and how they got started and their passion. And you can find them on eBay or check out Facebook because they're on there as well. And here are some other social medias. So check them out. Great people, okay? But more about them when we do our face-to-face interview with Brad. Okay, is that Bannister?
Bonister.
Bonister with an O?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Bonister. Okay. So now I'm going to talk about and focus on this Chinese-made fountain pen. It's been out for buku years, okay? So it's nothing new. And I've had this pen for some time already. So, no, it's I just didn't get it from China. Yeah, the virus and everything, but still, it's good to go. Made in China, and it comes in a whole bunch of different assorted colors. So this pen just comes in a plastic sleeve, that's all. And it doesn't come with a cartridge. It's a cartridge converter pen, and it uses international cartridges. Has a friction fit nib, and we'll just go ahead. It has a snap-on cap, and hear that nice little pop. Hear that click? So it's on there tight, nice and tight, it's not going over. Friction fit nib, it just pulls straight out, and then you put it back in. Number 6 nib, which is really cool because you can always change out this nib to number 6 nibs, and have a lot of fun trying different styles of nibs with extra fine, medium, broad, 1.1, 1.5, whatever, right here. You can use Goulet, Edison, Knox, Anderson pens, nibs, who else was there? Franklin Christoph nibs. Also, you can use just about anybody that carries a number 6 nib. Okay? So let's put that cap back on. Okay, so let's talk about the clip. The clip, for me, it's not too tight. Some people say it's too tight, but let me show you. It's got some flex in there, but it's not flimsy. Yeah, it's tight, but it's going to stay on your shirt. Here, all right, I don't have one to put a pocket, so I'm just going to do it like, and this is a thick neck right here, so it goes on just fine, so not going nowhere, and it comes right off. So I don't have a problem with this clip, okay? And the material used to make this pen, the body cap is a lacquered metal, and the grip is going to be a resin. And from the barrel, there's not really much of a step off to the grip, and the grip is not a big grip, but it's not small. I have small fingers, so I hold my pen here, which is great. Larger fingers, if you hold it here, the step off should not be annoying to you, because you know sometimes I hold my pen there and it doesn't bother me whatsoever. Okay, back to the pen. So it has a beautiful band around the bottom of the cap, and it has Jinhao, and it has the Jinhao logo. Get a close into that logo right in there. So, and it says 750 on it. So this is what it is. At the top on the finial, like a little black dome on the top. Down the barrel narrows out, and again you have another little black dome that I call them. On the bottom with chrome hardware. All this is just a chrome hardware. It's a, you know, affordable pen. You can get them under $9. Depends where you can get them. eBay, you probably get them cheaper than that. But you have to look, and depends where you get them from. If you get them from the seller out of the U.S., it's going to take some time. So if you want it faster, you need to get it from a seller in the U.S. So, and I'm not sure if all the pen company here is open like Goulet. I know I turned an order in last week, and they have yet to process it or to even get ready to mail it yet because of the virus. I guess nobody's working right now, so you have to be patient and understand that could happen with anybody you purchase any pens or ink or paper from because of the virus. So snap-on cap, like I said, the nib, if we can get a good look at this nib, has a Jinhao logo on it, 18K GP. No, it's not a gold nib, so I don't know why they have KGP. GP usually stands for gold plated, but this is how they do their nibs. You have a real good. Yeah, it has a plastic feed which has the number 6 on it, and I don't know what the 6 actually stands for. But what's good about these pens, they do come with a converter, and the converter works well. A lot of pens that are even mid-range pens, you have to buy the converter, like the Lamy, Safari, those type of pens. You have to buy yourself a converter, and they're like, what, another $6-7 around there. But it's a durable fountain pen. It really is. It has a bit of weight to it, but for me, that's no problem. You know, I have small hands, but that doesn't or bother me or cause a discomfort when I have long writing sessions. It really works well for me. I like that little clip on the cap. That means it's, you know, on there securely. So a nice overall pen, you know, from a 1 to 10, making 10 be the greatest, 1 to be the worst. I give it about a, you know, a 6, even a 7 is a decent pen. Why don't I give it a 10? Well, because it's just a metal pen. It just everyday nib. There's nothing I don't know, to me that makes it an overwhelming great pen, but it is a decent fountain pen. Don't get me wrong, it is a decent fountain pen. It's a pen I'm not ashamed of using, let's put it that way. So the weight of the pen, 36.7 G's. The length of the pen overall closed, you're going to come in at 5.6 inches. Posted is 6.2 inches. And the grip, my friends, is resin. And like I said before, cartridge converter. So that's the pen. Now let's do some matchup with some other pens. Okay, so here we go. Here is the Jinhao 450. Same length. But they have a few different things going on the grip, and that's for another video. And then you have the Pilot Metropolitan, same length, about slimmer. And last but not least, you have is that Euchre?
Euchre.
Nope, Euchre fountain pen, which is a felt tip nib on it, which is really a cool pen. And let's see if we can get this straightened up here. And they're almost about the same size as well, but just the 750 has more girth than this one or this one, so that's the only difference. But cool fountain pen. So what I want to do next is Euchre has some really nice ink, and the name of this ink is
Lilac Purple.
very good. You get an A today.
Thank you.
Wow, cool. So I'm going to ink this baby up with some Monster Lilac Purple Eagle ink. Oh, so let's get busy here. Of course, I put out the old trusty Rhodia blank 80G paper, which I've used the top part, so I'm going to use the bottom part because I don't want to waste the paper, especially nowadays. So, here we go. Pow. Which I've done before, haven't I? Yes, I have. Here we go. Here we go. And that should be enough ink. So why don't I fill them all the way up, you wonder? Well, because I have other pens that I will be reviewing, and I'll be writing with this pen for a while, so I like to rotate my pens, and depends how much I write per day, how long that ink will last in the pen. So, click, there you go. And that's my story. As we move on now to the most important part, how the heart of the pen will write on paper. And the heart of the pen is the nib. That's how I call it. Before I do that, last but not least, posting. Now you have to put it on there kind of tight to post it. If you just put it on like this and you jiggle around, it's going to fall off. So kind of put it on there tight. And that's how it looks when you post it. Now that doesn't look too bad. Some say it looks too long. And that's how it is when you don't post it. So I am going to post it, and we're going to do some writing. You with me? Here we go, my friends. This is a Jinhao. Number 6, medium nib. And I'm using Euchre. And get my other L there for you. Do a little wet test there. It has some wet to it. It's not a bad nib. Really, it's not. It's a decent nib on it. You know, I'm cool with it. Have I ever had a problem with a Jinhao nib? To be honest with you, I really haven't. And I've been using Jinhao pens since 2015. Reverse writing. And as you can see, you do get a totally different line variation, more to a fine, and it writes really well. So, this pen has no bad starts, has some good ink flow, fairly decent wet nib, not super wet, but decent. A decent clip, nice hardware, chrome hardware, nothing super fancy, but has a nice, different, beautiful color of purple, which I do like the two adjoining cap and bottom, the black makes it look cool. It's a cool fountain pen. It's got a nice click when you cap it. I like that. It's nice. It's tight. The cap does turn around, but so do other pens I own that are more higher range. It does post, but remember you have to really put it on there to be snug so it won't fall off. If you just put it on like that, it's going to fall off. So you don't want that to happen when you're writing. And again, real quick, not much of a step off, a decent grip, a decent nib for the money. You can't beat it. Comes with the Jinhao converter. It says Jinhao on the converter. Works well. It does what it needs to do. So overall, I give it a 7. Like I said, pen does what it needs to do. Decent pen. If you're on a budget and you're looking for a pen that's going to work well, affordable, look nice, has a bit of weight to it, you might want to check out the Jinhao 750s. See what you think of it. Now remember, we all are different. Our likes, dislikes, because we're different folks. But then a lot of us on the same page. Jinhao 750. That's going to wrap it up for today. So, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, don't you think it's about time to hit that subscribe button while you're at it? Hit that little bell to notify you when I load up another video. So, my friends, be safe. Wash those hands. Wash, wash, remember. Wash, wash, wash. Stay healthy, stay safe. Don't get that deadly virus. God help us. But anyway, as always, don't text and drive. And again, wash your hands. Bye-bye. We're done.